Right, there's another quest nearby that I should be doing. When I was following Kara, I witnessed this quest marker over here. Sadly, did not have the time to actually check this place out.
The Allgod demanded 6 sucklings. You didn't bring but a single scurvy runt. No wonder he cursed us. We're doomed.
You's the one brought soured wine. Curse is your fault as much as mine.
What's going on here?
In his eye. Ought to use it. What are you doing here?
What? The sun flying from the moon? We're making offerings to the Allgod, clearly.
You too can seek his aid. That's if you've got fitting offerings. He scorned ours, then cursed the old village.
Tell me more.
The Allgod, you call him. First I've heard. Is some new deity?
Nay, 'tis ancient, revered by our forefathers. They say it were like this. Roslav of Oriton came here to gather brushwood, and suddenly, for no reason, a bush burst into flame. Then, Roslav heard a voice from the ground, demanding offerings and obedience.
We've been coming here since then, bearing gifts, in exchange for which the Allgod watches over us, keeps us from evil.
Mm-hmm. Plain to see that. So, what's wrong with your offerings?
You needn't mock us, you can see right well we brought scraps. Before the war, I wouldn't give this such to me hounds. But what can we do? Such are the times.
And they're like to get worse. Allgod said if he don't get a rafter of bacon and a barrel of beer at least, the rivers will fill up with frogs and lotuses or some such will devour the harvest.
I could intercede on your behalf with this Allgod of yours. Got a feeling we'd come to an understanding.
Well, I suppose it can't hurt to try. To speak with him, you have to stand before the altar and cry out, Allgod, help a poor wretch in need. Who knows, he might just listen to a foreigner.
Okay. This is the altar?
Oh, Allgod, help a poor wretch in need. Pretty please.
How dare you disturb my divine rest, mortal?
I dare disturb it because I want your divine self to lift the, curse you cast. Those peasants really don't have.
They must bring worthy offerings or they shall face drought, driving hail, earthquakes, avalanches. I have spoken.
Avalanches? Here? How would that work? No answer from the Allgod. Fine. We can finish our conversation when I find him. Voice came from underground.
Obviously, that was very hollow and bassy voice, clearly from the underground. Now, there was something up here. Precisely. The Allgod is a pig? No, a satire, I think.
What? Who dares disturb my divine being?
Geralt of Rivia. Pleasure. Huh. Expected the Allgod to be corporeal in form, but never thought he'd be corpulent. Fattened up nicely at those peasants' expense.
Expense? Expense? Not a word about the help I give in return. Blessings, absolutions, enlightened advice. Believe me, these folks need all of it. I'd watch over them still if they fulfilled their end. But lately they offer these pathetic scraps.
That they steal from the mouths of their children, and to make matters worse, you cast a curse on them.
And I'll not lift it till they bring me worthy offerings. I'm to settle for curds and whey? Not a chance. And you can tell them that.
Here's the problem. If I'm to kill him, the curse won't be lifted.
Been in this hole long?
For a century or so. One winter I found shelter here. Built a fire so large the flames leapt through the crack, lit the bushes above. I coughed from the smoke, and suddenly heard a peasant. A voice out of nowhere, he called. A miracle. Thus, I became a god.
Parasite, more like.
Maybe so. But what of Freya and Melitele then, Demanding prayers and offerings, giving naught in return? I talk at least.
Farewell.
Okay, let's save. Cannot save right now. Why can I not save? Of course I can save. This place stinks. Who cares about Radovid? He would be fed to the sword. I'm interested though. What happens if I tell them?
Anything new?
Talk to your Allgod, face to face.
And will he show us mercy?
He will. Promise to be pleased with whatever you bring.
I told you the Allgod's merciful, understanding. Thanks, Witcher.
Oh, one last thing. Did you know there's a crypt beneath this hill? Might want to take a look sometime. Architecture's fascinating.
Interesting. Now I don't need him. I don't need to feed the Allgod, the pig, to the sword. When they go down there, they will likely have a heart attack and this Allgod cult will disappear. You should go down there, it's funny.
Maybe you'd care to go up top, see if you're still there.